Hi, and welcome to Suntrific Connect. This is going to be a brief demo on how to get started with the proposal tool, setting it up, and generating a couple of proposals. So the first thing you're going to see when you log in is this login screen. We're going to go to the Setup tab here to start setting up our company's options. The first of which is setting up all of the products and pricing. You'll see here that you'll be able to add in any type of product, and you'll be able to specify the way that the system should calculate the savings for that item. One advantage of using Suntrific Connect is you can show energy efficiency upgrades and savings alongside your solar PV, providing a far more comprehensive savings analysis for your customers. So when you enter in your product name, you're going to have a choice of 3 different savings calculation types. One is kilowatt hour savings. This is used for solar hot water, for instance, where you know the rated kilowatt hour savings that system is going to bring. Your percentage of total usage, this is actually used for your HVAC, insulation, anything that's going to have an impact on your heating and cooling costs. You're going to use that option to calculate the savings, and what the system will do is it will calculate the energy use difference between the low monthly bill and every other month in the year, and the system will make the assumption that your low bill is indicative of the home's general use without any heating or cooling costs. So if you have a customer that was away on vacation and they have a very low bill that is not indicative of their baseline energy use, then you need to make the appropriate adjustments because the savings calculations will be off. The third option is a calculation type. This is if you know the current wattage draw of an appliance and you're upgrading to a lower wattage draw. So a good example is upgrading incandescent bulbs to LED bulbs. You know the existing draw may be 60 watts, you're upgrading to a 10 watt LED, and it's running for 4 hours a day. So the system can easily perform that calculation to show you your savings. Of course, you can put in the pricing information, your cost information, and build out your company's product and service offering. The next is building your market profiles. Market profiles gives you the opportunity to segment your pricing and product availability per utility. So you can name your market profile, choose the default inflation rate, the connection fee, and your default solar price. You can also specify the federal, state, utility, tax, and manufacturer rebates, and this can be done on a percentage of gross, a straight dollar amount, or a dollar per watt value. So you can build multiple market profiles and add in your product offering on a market by market basis. So if a sales rep were to start to build a deal in Tucson, they'd have quite a few products that they could choose from in building a solution for the customer. Whereas if you go into Yuma, for instance, they may only have a couple of options, solar and HVAC. So this is a way that you can quickly roll out numerous products and services on a market-by-market basis and not confuse your reps with what's available where and what the default pricing is. We use PV watts to do the solar panel production, so your engineers can help you fill in these default values. These are pretty standard that we just pull directly from PV watts. The next tab down is your company info. So this is where you'll simply put in your company's contact info. You would upload your logo so it shows up on the presentation. And if you use Zoho CRM, you can put in your CRM API authentication token here, and all of your active potentials will actually get pushed into the CRM so that you don't have to enter in data twice. If you'd like to use our proposal tool as a mini CRM, you can certainly do so, and you can enter in your various lead sources, your lead statuses, and keep track of your pipeline within this tool. However, it's not nearly as robust as a full-fledged CRM like a Salesforce or Zoho. The presentation tab allows you to customize the presentation, so you can put in a description of your company, why you should be chosen, a testimonial, a little blurb about the utility provider, and then a testimonial highlight here where you can put in a system size and a couple of images of jobs that you've done. Next option down are your loan options. This is where you can enter in and model really any loan that's available on the market. Simply specify the loan name, the annual interest rate, the term in months, and if it's a combined term loan with the same as cash portion that has a 18 months same as cash portion to it, for instance, you can specify what incentives you would like to be put on that same as cash, and from the federal, state, utility rebates, or even the first year savings. Some loan programs out there have interest capitalization, so if you'd like to include interest capitalization on the remaining portion that is not paid back, you can do that and model that accurately as well. That's the basic setup of the system. It's pretty straightforward. So if we dive into doing a proposal here, we can see that we have a few tabs available here. First, new proposal. This is where you'll see all of your active potentials if you've connected to Zoho CRM, or you can simply go in and generate a new quote by entering in a new customer. So let's go ahead and find an existing client in here that we want to create a proposal for. You can easily search for a customer by simply typing in their name. The next screen, once we've selected that customer, gives us an overview of that customer's information. We're then going to choose the market profile that we want to build a proposal for this customer. In this case, they're in Tucson. We're going to go to the next screen, and this is where we can get a little bit more granular on their electricity usage. If you're going to be doing energy efficiency upgrades, it's very important that you customize this to show each month's usage accurately, because if you were to just put in the average bill each month, you're not going to be able to accurately show what the savings are when it comes to insulation or HVAC upgrades, because you're not going to have a difference between the low bill and every other month. A couple of other options that you have here is in how you'd like the system to calculate the savings. For most customers that are doing, anywhere between a 70 and 100% offset, you can just simply use the average cost of electricity to determine your avoided cost and ultimate savings with the system. But if you'd like to target a tier shaving strategy or a time of use plan, you can always use this avoided cost of energy model. In some markets that don't have net metering, that simply give you a production credit, this is the option that you'd want to use. You can simply specify how much of the system's production is going to be credited at what kilowatt hour. So for instance, in Austin, Texas, you're going to have a production credit, where you'll simply say that 100% of the system's production is at 11 cents a kilowatt hour, and that's how the system will calculate your savings. Whereas if you wanted to, for instance, do a tier shaving strategy in California that has 4 tiers, you can simply specify how much of that customer's usage is at each tier, and specify your cost per kilowatt hour at each tier. And now what the system will do is it'll essentially start backwards, where it'll offset the top tier first and then make its way down. So if you design a system that's going to offset 75% of the customer's usage, it's going to first offset tier 4, then tier 3, then tier 2, and the customer will be left with tier 1 usage. That's the way that the system is designed. But again, for most users, you'll simply use the average cost of electricity to calculate the savings. So let's go ahead and just customize a couple of these months here so I can show you some energy efficiency updates. We'll put our June and July usage through the roof, as is the case normally in Arizona. Going to the next tab, this is where we can choose the efficiency upgrades that are available. If you just do solar PV, you'll simply skip over this step as there'll be no products that are available. So here we can choose a couple of different items. We can do a pool pump upgrade. Perhaps we know that the existing draw on a single speed pool pump is 2000 watts. The new draw on a variable speed is 600, and the customer says that they run their pool pump 8 hours a day. System's automatically going to tell us exactly how much energy use this homeowner will save by upgrading their pool pump. Next thing, we may want to do aeroseal for sealing the ducts. Now the manufacturer in their case rates that it'll save anywhere from 25 to 40% of your heating and cooling usage. So if we put in 25% here, we'll see that the system automatically calculates that the duct sealing will save 7% of the total bill, because it's calculating the difference between the low bill and some of those peak summer months and saving 25% of that difference. Next step is laying out the modules. Our design interface is fairly simplistic at this point, but we are working on numerous upgrades that will allow you to automatically map panels onto the roof. In this current version, you can simply add in modules, and you can highlight them and use the A, S, D, and W keys to add in modules around that one if you so choose. And then very shortly you'll be able to select the Auto Map button, simply choose the 4 corners of a roof plane, and the system will populate the modules in that area for you, and you can easily move them around and adjust accordingly. Once you're happy with your layout, you can simply click Save Layout, or if you prefer to use a third-party drawing application like Nearmap or one of the other services like Helioscope, you can simply take a screenshot or save an image of that layout and attach it over here. If you'd like to use Nearmap and you have a Nearmap subscription, you can simply click on the Nearmap button. If you save your login information in your browser, you'll be able to design your system directly into Nearmap here, which it's a nice workflow. You can simply copy your address, drop it into Nearmap, do your design, take a screenshot and upload it, and use Nearmap's imagery and drawing database to do your mockup. So once you have your saved layout, I'm just going to save this little drawing that we did here. You'll see that it shows up here once it's saved. We can then go to the next step where we can start to design our system. So if we want to start with a 7 kW system at a 12-degree tilt, 180 azimuth, the system will tell us exactly how much we're offsetting here. So if you needed to go back and adjust your layout, you can certainly do so accordingly. If you need to add in another array, you can simply add another array. Let's do a 2 kW facing west. And now we can see that we're close to 100%. Final step is the pricing. So this is where we can go in and adjust the pricing for each product. Maybe we need to adjust the incentive levels because the customer doesn't have a tax liability to take the full 30%. Maybe they tell you that they can only have a $5,000 tax liability, and that's what they want the proposal to be modeled off of. You can very easily override the default incentives and make sure that the proposal is as accurate as possible. I'll just go back here to the defaults. We can adjust the price per watt for the solar to adjust accordingly for any kind of dealer fees that we want to incorporate. And we'll see that all of our loan programs that we had set up in the setup tab are available here. So we can choose from our various loan options. Maybe we'll just go for the standard 20-year 599. And at any point, we can view the quote before we actually save it. So if you want to get an idea of what the savings are going to look like, we can quickly click through here and get a good sense of what the proposal is going to look like. This is the About section, the Why Choose Us, the testimonial, all the things that we customized in the Setup tab. We have our current electricity usage, where you can dynamically hover over each month, so sales reps can really take a consultative approach to the sales call, discuss in detail with the customer, why their electricity bills are spiking in the summer, for instance, highlight the lows, the averages, and the highs, what they're going to be paying over the next 25 years, etc. When we get to the upgrades, we can now discuss in detail, how we are working to help them reduce their electricity usage. So we can hover over each month once again and see exactly how each energy efficiency upgrade is going to impact that month's electricity usage. And you can see here that obviously the AeroSeal is having a big impact in the summer with the AC, but none in the rest of the months since they were all even. Pool pump, monthly and annual savings. Next tab, we get to that layout so we can see exactly where we're going to place the modules. Next tab models the solar system production, so we can see how that system is going to produce throughout the year. We have a total of 9 kW. What our total annual production is, our effective cost per kilowatt hour. Next screen shows our new energy mix, so we can give a customer a good sense of how we're reducing the usage, offsetting it with solar, and what they can expect their new utility usage to be. Financial summary, this starts to highlight now line item by line item exactly where the cost is breaking down. So the full project cost in this case is about 33 grand. We have no down payment. The pay down amount is going to essentially be the federal tax credit in the state in this case. So they left financing is 23 grand. The monthly finance cost will be 168. So if we hover over these graphs, we can see that their current utility bill was 196. The new bill is going to be 168. So they're saving 21 bucks a month. Next slide will give you an idea of what their savings over time will look like. So this is where you can highlight long-term savings, increased home value, what the payback's looking like. In this case, obviously, it's cash flow positive from day one, so it's showing a payback of 0 years. I'll show you when we go to cash purchase how it looks. Annual cash flow, you can see what the cumulative savings look like. And then the final slide is obviously your assumptions. So if the customer, you can use this as a collaborative presentation platform where you can go back and forth designing a system and solution for customer, asking them what they think and making little tweaks. So maybe they want to put down, a down payment of $1,000 and see what that does. Now we can quickly click back to the quote here, and we can see that our $1,000 is reflected, and that improved their savings by about 10 bucks a month. If they say, well, I want to pay cash, we can simply click on no loan. And now we can see exactly what the payback is. It's a 9-year payback. Can dive into the cash flow and see exactly where it is that they're going to break even. So it's designed to be a very easy platform that you can make these changes and tweaks as you discuss these various options with the customer. Once you've come up with a solution that you like, you simply save the presentation. Once you've saved the presentation, you'll see here that it takes you to this proposal lookup tab. This is where you'll be able to sift through all of the proposals that you've done. Again, you can very easily search for your customer. We can click here on our customer AZ test. We can see that we've done a number of proposals for this customer, and we can easily view the quote. If you're presenting off of a laptop or a tablet, it's great to present dynamically. You can just simply snap to full screen and flip through the presentation. Or if you want to generate a PDF and send it to them in an email, you can certainly do so. If you need to go back and make little tweaks, you can easily clone the proposal and pick up from where you left off. And very shortly, what we'll have built into here is a proposal status next to each of these proposals. Once you have a customer that has accepted a proposal, you'll actually be able to click here on a deals button where you'll be able to see all of your accepted proposals, and from there you'll have an option to upload the necessary files that are required to complete the deal, like the contract, the utility paperwork, and that'll all be customized on a market profile by profile basis. That way your sales reps know exactly what documents are required for each and every deal. So I certainly look forward to helping you get set up. You can reach out to me with any questions, and I'll help you get started and kick off the first few proposals. Thanks a lot.